Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early lights what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming.
Honor to represent the Postal Service as we dedicate the Jimmy Carter Forever stamp. The President's story is one of humble beginnings leading to extraordinary service. His upbringing on a peanut farm in rural Georgia, shaped by the values of hard work, faith, and community service, would define every chapter of his remarkable life. His path to the presidency was unconventional. A graduate of the Naval Academy who served on nuclear submarines, he returned to Georgia to take over the family farm after his father's death. From local politics to the governor's mansion and then to the White House in 1977, Jimmy Carter brought with him an outsider's perspective and a commitment to doing what he believed was right, regardless of the political cost.
Good morning. I'd like to start today by offering greetings from Paige Alexander, the Chief Executive Officer of the Carter Center, who could not be with us today. Paige and our entire team at the center are so excited about the honor being bestowed upon President Carter with the dedication of the Jimmy Carter Forever stamp. And forever is an appropriate word, because this one man forever changed the lives of so many. What I think you'll be interested to learn is how much of that started through the U.S. Post Office. The Postal Service played a central role in President Carter's life. It was postcards from his uncle that inspired a young Jimmy Carter to join the Navy and explore the world outside of rural Georgia. It was love letters sent between a midshipman at the Naval Academy in Annapolis and the light of his life in Plains, Georgia, that sustained the beginnings of the most enduring love story I have ever heard. And it was missives from his mother during her time with the Peace Corps in India, after she retired as a nurse, that set the example that a life of purpose and service doesn't have to end because your career changes. His everyday decisions, whether it was about the work of the Carter Center, a book he was writing, the next family vacation that he was taking the family on, was done on paper. So each day, our team in Atlanta would gather together information, sharing questions with him, things we needed his decision or answer on, or just things we needed to make him aware of. We would put it in a box, it went to the post office and went to Plains. Similarly, each day we would receive a package in the mail from President Carter with answers from earlier in the week. This was particularly true of anything sensitive or confidential. Both Lauren and I heard President Carter say on more than one occasion if he had something truly confidential to say, that he didn't want to be overheard, monitored, or read by anyone else, he would write it down, put it in an envelope, affix a stamp, and put it in the mail.
The remarkable relationship that my grandfather had with the mail. And it did track his whole life. I know that Amy and others have, treasured the fact that when we have gone back through the things of my grandparents' lives in these days since they passed, the letters between the two of them are the most enduring physical manifestation of their love. And it was a remarkable event for us all to be able to do that. I gave a eulogy for my grandfather, and I made fun of him for not being able to use a phone. And as Beth said, he did embrace modern technology, but he was clearly much more comfortable with a stamp. And I just want to give a little bit of a report on that. After I gave that eulogy and made fun of him for about 2 weeks, I could not make my phone work. I accidentally pocket dialed a client at 2 in the morning. I had all of the, and eventually I took it out of my pocket and I set it down on my bed and I said, "Papa." sorry that I made fun of you. Please get out of my phone. And then it was fine. It's been fine since then. And the people in this room understand the impact that my grandfather had on us and on so many other people. We've talked a lot about the Carter Center's work and the 3,000 employees and the hundreds and hundreds of thousands of community volunteers, for example, spread out across some of the poorest places in Africa, where, yes, guinea worm disease has essentially been eliminated from these places, and what's left behind, as we've said before, is a group of people, 35,000 community health volunteers, for example, in Uganda, who are carrying out this legacy that's not only happening through the Carter Center, but happening through the hearts of all of the other people that my grandparents touched. And